Welcome back, guys. I've made a little bit of progress. A little bit of high encoding there. That was weird. I built that house. I built the other half of the bridge. I got the coarse dirt down in the whatchamacallit thing. But today, we're going to be working on something. Can you guess what it is? It's 3 doors, 3 glass, and a bunch of dirt. And honestly, the dirt is just for show right now. Essentially, I've been talking about the population of this village, okay? This village being that there's only like 13 or 14 houses. I think there's 13 because we took one out of there. And that's not very many villagers. It really isn't. I mean, you gotta take that number and divide it by 3 because every 3 doors makes a villager. Well, and I've been talking that we're gonna artificially increase the number by using booster doors. But I've never really explained what a booster door is. So I'm gonna show you, okay? It's really quite simple. We'll go back over here where we have a bit more room. A booster door is essentially the absolute minimum villager shelter. Okay? So, if you place a door, right? And this door, we'll just jump up a bit, has a block, whoops, like that. Okay? So essentially, a door is the actual house. Okay, that's all the villagers really care about. They also care about having some space inside it. Okay, you only need 1 block. Okay, so this here is the utmost minimal villager home. Okay, it works perfectly. That will count as a village house. Not particularly spacious, and honestly, kind of less villager home, more villager cell, but it works. Now, what we do is we do a booster door, is essentially this construction but underground. Because you see, the way villages work is they find a center point in all the houses, which, assuming all the doors are installed and whatnot, should be somewhere around here. Okay? Either this house, or maybe even one of the booster doors that are going to be underground. And essentially what it does is it spans out so many blocks that way, so many blocks that way. But it also can go up a few blocks, but it can go down a lot more. Okay? Now, if you can make it so that this block here, this bottom half the door block, that part there, is within the range that it detects as village, you can use those booster doors to artificially increase the villager count. Now, villagers have a slight requirement. You can't just bury these things in, because if the top is blocked by some sort of solid block, the villagers won't count it as a door. So instead, you put glass there, right? And the same reason why we have glass in front of the doors here is because if we sealed it, they wouldn't be able to count them. So, what we're going to be doing is essentially we're placing 2 of these doors around each and every house. Okay, a little bit of lag issue. So this house here will have 2 around it. Okay, that'll make this house worth 3 doors essentially, and thus support 1 villager. Now, where we put it has to have a few simple rules. 1, it has to be exposed to day. So by the windows are very good spots to put it. You also can't have them going underneath another house, so they have to go in this way. If you have them going underneath one house, they count that as a single house with 2 doors. But it doesn't necessarily read both doors as part of the house. It's kind of weird. Essentially, it'd count that door because it's the higher door as 1 door, but this one here might not count it as a door. But if we can build down, right, we can get this to work. So what I do is essentially, this is ground level. So this here is right where the glass is going to be, in this level. Okay, now preferably I'd be using green glass, and maybe I'll switch it if we find cactus, but I don't have a desert. So what we do is we dig down just a little bit. Okay, we pop out that one and this one. Okay, then we take and we put a torch on the floor. That way it doesn't come up through the ground. The particles don't come up through the ground. You place a door, and you fill it in front of it. until you get out. There we go. You break those, then you put in glass. And that's the most basic form of booster door. Okay? Now, this house, technically, or this space, is now occupied by 2 separate houses. They see this as a house, thus artificially increasing the actual doors, hence booster door, but they can't reach it. So occasionally villagers will come around and they'll find their way to it because they're villagers, and they'll sit there and they'll go like this and they'll spin around on it, and I'm not going to do it because it'll make you dizzy and probably throw up, but they'll spin around on it and then they'll stop and then they'll move off to like another house and be like, I can't reach that one, but I can reach this one, right? And honestly, it doesn't really matter even if they get stuck spinning on them, because when night happens, this entire area is going to be lit, right? Like, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to have automated lighting and stuff like that, or if it's just going to be essentially ground lighting like what we have over there. But either way, they're going to be lit. Now, we can do another one of these ones in this one here as well, and that will work perfectly well. The houses are actually designed specifically so that I can do this. I actually like thought ahead and was like planning the design of the houses and stuff to allow us to place these in with the windows, which is why they don't have anything above their windows. That and the fact that I've tried several different versions of it and I can't really get one that looks good. Now, certain houses are going to be a little bit more difficult to actually place villager doors. As you can see, I kind of did some organization in the chest. All of this is stuff we're going to be using to build with. This is just other blocks, and that's just crap. But anyways, I was getting annoyed by all the crap that was in there. So this house here technically will support 1 villager now. Now, another thing you can do if you want to get more fancy with this is you could carry the stone down, or you could get like coal blocks, or maybe wool. Black wool is a good one, and just black it out so that all you see is just this dirt and that stuff like that, right? Like you can put the stone there to carry it down, then everything else would be black, right? And then you wouldn't see it as much, and you'd use a non-birch door so that it's darker, right? Using dark oak actually works really well because it blends so much with it that you don't see it. The problem is, I don't really care. Maybe I'll come through and do it, and I don't even have to replace the glass. I can just dig down beside it and deal with it. But essentially, that's now going to support 1 villager. So if we did another one there and placed in 2 more doors here, this one would support 1 villager, right? As opposed to these 3 supporting 1 villager. So, this one doesn't even have a window on this side. It has a window on this side, though. So we can place one in here. So let's pop this one down. We'll go this way. Oh, look, sand. Perfect. Then we place the door, and then we go up. Break, glass. So now this one here just needs an additional door. Now, truthfully, they don't have to be like right beside it or anything like that. Technically, we could place one here, and it would probably work just as well. We could place one behind it, which is what we're going to be doing, and that'll work fine. It doesn't need to be right up against the building, but it makes it easier for me to keep track of what door belongs to what. Like right here is a good spot because, sorry, villagers aren't going to be coming back here, okay? Because it's blocked off from here. It's blocked off here, and it's blocked off here. So unless they come all the way around, they're not necessarily going to find their way back here. So I don't have to worry about them. It's kind of like a dead space, and that's actually really good. Now, we're going to have light back here as well, obviously, because we don't want things spawning. So it has to be on this wall, because otherwise this will block it. We can put lights in here, though. So let's put one here. So let's drop down here, 1, 2, bust through here, put the torch, put the door, take yourself back up, pop the dirt, things like that. And obviously the dirt will eventually despawn, and it's gone. And problem solved, right? So, now this one will support 1 villager. And that's essentially all the booster doors are. In addition to this, I don't have any on me, but maybe there's some over here. We can install, when we get around to putting jack-lanterns. There we go. I didn't bring any leaf blocks with me. Okay. We should be able to make it. Maybe there's leaf blocks in this? Nope. There's a bridge. It's very basic. Obviously, it's just the same thing repeated. I actually kind of like it. It's simplistic. There's enough pattern on the ground to make it so it's not just all stone brick. This is a nice touch, I think. I might even go one higher here to incorporate like lighting into it. So there's a light source right here. And if you put 2 of them, it usually makes it bright enough that it can expand far enough. Yeah, I know there's some leaf blocks in the one over here. However, I think we need that for a future project, this thing here. So instead we'll go in the front doors, which I don't think I've seen the front gate in a long time. We're showing it, I should say, but I do like it. We're going to do something similar for the bridge over across the way there. Probably not identical, but similar. Sure. I get so used to leaving the doors open that things start to come in. We have no jungle leaves. Great. Okay. In that case, we'll plant some jungle trees just to get them going, because I definitely need the leaves. But anyways, we'll do similar like this. Like, this is all blacked out, so it looks kind of gross. That's because I have the graphics on fast. Let's put it there. And I guess I don't need all that. There you go. That'll eventually grow, and that'll give us a double, or a giant one that we can shear. Now, if I turn the graphics to fast, or from fast to fancy, it'll tank it for a few seconds. There we go. But you can see this is what I would normally see. Where you can see the pumpkin, and it blends a little better. As you can see, it blends better than it does if it's fast, because fast has the black in it. I'm very tempted to take the default texture pack, essentially strip it from the game, and reassess it so that I can put, like, instead of this having the black in it for fast textures, make it green. So it's still a solid block, and it's pretty, you can tell, but it's got green in it instead of it being black, so it's not so blatant in your face that it's, you know, this is ugly. It's like, why is it black? It would make more sense to me for it to be green. Just let everything kind of load in around me. Woo. In the future, we're actually going to be working here on some things. There's some projects in here that have gone unfinished or just never really done, such as, just a quick example here, underneath each one of these windows are these stairs. They don't need to be stairs. That scared me. I do stairs just because they're different and it makes a nice pattern effect, but these stairs are technically supposed to lift up and cover the bottom half of these doors, or these windows, sorry, as what I call anti-mob shutters. The thing is, they don't, because they don't have any sticky pistons underneath them. Now, in order for us to do sticky pistons, we have to find slimes. And I don't even know if we have slimes. So, well, obviously we have them, but I just don't know where they are. But anyways, that's going to be today's episode. Where am I looking for? That. Don't know. I need these. Oh, I also need shears if we got them. Toolbox? No shears. I do have shears over there, so I'll go get those ones. Yeah, so that's gonna be today's episode. Oh, put the shield down. There we go. Poof. It's a really tall one. Not a lot to it. I only got 2 little side things. But that's okay. Yeah, so I will see you when I see you.